Peter Clausi from Silver Bullet. Silver, breaking all records.
Yep. Last year, you and I sat at PDAC, and you asked me the rather intelligent question, where do you see silver ending 2025? At the time, silver was $26, $27 an ounce. And I gave you a prediction of between 35 and 40 based on infrastructure issues, demand issues, and optimism. Well, it appears my estimate for 2025 was off, and boy, has it skyrocketed. Today, it briefly cleared 115. I think I saw it at 123, trading back down around $110 an ounce, which is just incredible, incredible.
Well, the obvious question is, have we missed the trend, or will it continue to exceed all expectations?
Well, I'm not a securities advisor, so do your own due diligence, call your own person. In my opinion, given the structural issues and the demand side, silver's just getting started. I had seen a long climb upwards, making it to the 2 to 250 range over a 5-year period. We might get there a lot sooner than that, but silver's just getting going.
So what are the catalysts? What are the reasons that everyone's talking about silver?
Well, for a long time, silver was the poor man's gold. You can't afford an ounce of gold? I'll just go buy an ounce of silver. Some people still talk about that wacky thing called the gold-silver ratio, which makes no sense to me. But gold has elevated itself. Today it cleared $5,000 an ounce for the first time. And silver has partially been towed along in gold's wake, but it has its own infrastructure issues. There are silver shorts that need to cover. Silver is very much an industrial mineral, and it's very much in demand, so industry will work. And it'll be very hard to affect the green revolution without silver. So there are many parts of demand and infrastructure pulling silver to a much higher price.
And of course, it didn't hurt that the Chinese decided to limit their exports of silver. And of course, the US added silver to the critical minerals list. Where would you like to go with this question?
Well, China restricted the export, so I guess that makes it an embargo. Only certain companies within China are allowed to sell silver. I think there's 44 of them, and they need state approval before they do so. So that's just layers of bureaucracy, which will slow the international movement of silver. The USGS adding silver to its list is somewhat confusing to me. There are now 60 minerals out of 118 on my periodic table that they've deemed critical. And if everything's critical, nothing is critical. There is abundance of silver in the United States. It's readily available. So I'm not sure why the USGS did that. I've been to the USGS website and I've read their rationale for it. But their rationale is along the lines of, I'm hungry, so I ate. Okay, well, why did you eat that particular food? And there's no rationale for that. But those two items are adding to the demand side for silver.
Jack Lifton always describes silver as a technology metal. For those of you out there who may not be familiar with silver as a technology metal, can you explain this to our audience?
Well, you can't have effective solar panels without silver. When you get up in the morning and you look at yourself and you're going to shave and groom your hair, there's silver in the mirror. I'm looking at my laptop. There's silver in the circuit boards, which we can't see. There's silver in my light over there. There's silver in my watch. Silver is an industrial technological metal. It's, about 700 ounces a year go towards industry, not plates, not teacups, not jewelry, industrial use. And that's a big number. For the last several years, the production of silver has been beaten by the demand for silver. And even with recycling, which accounts for about 10% of silver production every year, we're still in a deficit position. And for any fan of capitalism, you know what happens. If demand exceeds supply, the price goes up. So welcome to $100 silver.
Last time we spoke, Silver Bullet Mines had a shipment, the second shipment of commercial gold silver concentrate. Can you give us an update?
Sure. It's the same update that we had last time. We're waiting on the buyer to provide us with its assay results to compare to our assay results. So we know exactly what's in the shipment that we sent them, and then we can agree upon what's in the shipments that we have sent them. It's just normal course business. There's nothing new there. There's no counterparty risk. It's just normal business.
You put out a news release about a direct ship material offtake agreement. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, direct shipment is kind of the holy grail in the mining industry. It means you don't have to process at your facility. You don't have to waste a lot of diesel or electricity and human power on processing that material. All we have to do is grind it down to a 1/4-inch mesh. It's a 1/4-inch mesh, so roughly that size. That's the largest material. But we can do that at the mine sites. Crush it, put it in a truck, and ship it. Very little effort goes into it on our part. And because the 2 mines that we're doing that from are so high grade, the buyer is enthusiastic to get that direct ship material.
So in addition to shipping, and of course you're producing so that you can ship, you also announced at the KT project with the KT mine in Arizona, a new potential silver gold vein. What does that mean?
We have been blessed with an abundance of great properties. Now, people say, the old quote was, people say I'm a lucky man, but it's a funny thing. The harder I work, the luckier we get. And I think that applies to Silver Bullet. Our field team has been incredibly hardworking. They have a history in the area. They know people in the area. And now that we have built our own mill as the hub, people are looking to provide us with spokes. The KT was one such mine. The team went underneath. They've done exploration work, and they have found, as you say, a new offshoot. We are doing field work to determine, is it a parallel vein? Is it an offshoot of the main vein? Or is it a brand new vein? And I don't have an answer for you on that yet.
You have shareholders that are big fans of Silver Bullet Mines. What should they be looking forward to in this upcoming quarter?
Same thing I'm looking forward to. Receipt of the first payment. That's a milestone in a company's existence. So we'll be getting the first payment, then the second, the third, the fourth. It'll become a regular thing. It'll become so routine, it'll be boring that we get a check every 2 to 3 weeks for the concentrate that we're producing. Then we'll also get paid for the direct ship material out of the KT and the SC mine. And then eventually this year, we'll bring the Washington mine in Idaho online with the contract miner. And later in the year, we should be seeing revenue from that. So I find all of that exciting because that's cash creation, not cash consumption.
And for those of you interested in finding out more, please go to the following website. Thank you for joining us today, Peter.
Thank you.